Good afternoon, Nick. How are you doing today?
Good, Doug. Long time no talk.
Yeah, I know it's been like forever, my friend. Hey, I know it was rather a case of mathematics last night when Indiana won and knocked you guys out of the playoff race. I'm just wondering if you have any thoughts on the end of the 7-year run more than anything.
Listen, it's certainly not easy to get a 7-year run. I'm sure you guys have looked at some of the teams that have done it and some that haven't, and I think it's a difficult thing to have a 7-year run. So I think first of all, the organization and all of us should be proud of that. And then on the other hand, it's disappointing. We certainly, I don't know. I thought we played about as well as we could play last year, and with a break or two, could have kept on rolling. Who knows how far a year ago, and to kind of come back and be where we are today is certainly, it's very disappointing, and it's a little sad, to be honest, to have that run. It was a hell of a run, but hopefully it'll sting a little bit this summer. Right, that sting, we'll feel that sting in the summer workouts and the summer things like that to get ourselves back to where we're used to being.
You are obviously going to get a look at a bunch of young kids in these last 4 games, it presumes. Anything specific or the stuff you've been telling us generally for the last couple of weeks? Just figure out what to do right.
No, I think we're tonight we're playing a whole group of guys that need, they're playing for, they need to play and they need to be evaluated and they need to get better. And this is as good a competition as they can get, right? This is far better than any of them can get anywhere else. And it's valuable minutes for these guys, and we've prepared them hard. We've put a very, normal type schemes together because we need to see how they can execute them and all those kind of things. So, we're certainly prepared them to play their best and put their best performances individually out there and then play to win.
One last quick one. Do you tailor game plans to the experience of the personnel or what you hope they can achieve?
Well, probably a little bit. I think there's a game plan, Doug, that we like to execute that we think's the best one, and then we hope that we can get the personnel to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I would, to answer your question, I think there's probably, there's some things we would say, we're not quite ready for that, or he's not quite ready for that, or that group wouldn't be ready for that, or whatever, that we maybe trim off some of it, but not really. Not tonight, really. We're going to put the whole thing out there and see what they can and cannot handle.
Great. Thanks. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Doug. Yep.
Next question goes to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hey, Nick. Chris Boucher was questionable. Do you know if you're going to have him or not?
No, he's playing. He'll be in the starting lineup, Michael.
Nice. And why do you think it's important for him to get back here with 3-4 games left? Saw a ton of them, but what are you hoping for him that's happened?
Yeah, again, just more play at both the 4 and even a little 3. If I could figure that out, Michael, with the lineups, I might, again, have to force that. You might see us playing William Lou. We might play the jumbo lineup with Freddie, Kim, and Chris, or whatever like that, So just to make sure he's at the 3, because, if you put him out there with Stanley or Yuta, they may shift down just kind of naturally. But I want to see him at both those positions, and I want to see him guard, and he's going to have a great matchup with Morris tonight to start, right? So looks good, though. He's looked good in the last 3 or 4 days, actually, Michael, and it'll be good to see him back out there again. He needs to keep on playing.
He's so athletic and dynamic in so many ways. So where does it have to translate more for him to play at 4 or even at 3? Like, is it purely lower with the dribble, being able to attack a little for that way, or?
Yeah, he is. I think when you talk about athleticism, you don't just say because a guy can jump that he's athletic or that he's fast. He's athletic. Chris is both of those.
Yeah.
There's balance, there's strength, there's stop start, there's side to side, there's all those things that and then you throw the skill in there. You know,
Yeah.
how do you move with the ball in your hands? How do you stop with the ball in your hands? How do you change directions with the ball? You know, those are the things, you know, that perimeter players do, that he's improving. Like, he's doing them pretty well, but you know, he's going to need to keep working at those skills because there's a lot of them, right? There's footwork, there's dribbling, there's passing, there's starting and ending drives, there's being able to slide your feet at the other end to guard people. So lots of things that he's not used to because just out of position, lack of reps, lack of experience. But I'm seeing some really good signs the way he's moving now and handling the ball, etc.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Mike.
Going to go next to Lawrence Murray from The Athletic.
Hi, Nick. How are you feeling, man?
I'm good, Lawrence. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. First of all, I just want to say you ending these saying enjoy the game. I appreciate that. I want to let you know that from last week. Second, so Serge Ibaka, you had him the previous 4 years. He's with the Clippers now. He's on this road trip, and he had so many adjustments with the Raptors. You know, he's traded there midseason. He played the 4. With you, he became a guy coming off the bench. And last year with Marc Gasol in and out the lineup, like he was in and out the starting lineup. Like, how did you manage that with him and have him get the best out of him consistently over the course of your time together?
Yeah, I mean, I think Lawrence, it started with this. As I was a huge fan of his. Whoopsie. We okay? Yeah. Sorry, everything just kind of clicked off for a second. Yeah, just started with I was a huge fan of his, Lawrence, and I think that I saw pretty early on that there was moments when he really got going that he was a special player. You know, like there was runs in games where it was like, man, he was blocking shot, and all of a sudden nobody's driving, he's grabbing rebounds, he's knocking down a mid-range, and he's knocking down a 3. He's making shots in the 4th, and once I kind of saw that, I was kind of like, I got to figure out how to get this guy on the floor, and keep him on the floor. So it was like, I mean, you know how it is. I mean, geez, you got Gasol at the 5, you got Siakam playing unbelievable at the 4. So all of a sudden you're like, well, where does he fit? Well, let's make him fit both places. Right, let's give him, you know, maybe backup minutes at the 4, backup minutes at the 5. If Gasol's ever out, he's our starting 5. If Pascal's ever out, he's our starting whatever. So it was just kind of having a little bit of, wanting to get him out there and play. I really enjoyed him, Lawrence. I really did. I think and especially as the year goes on and he kind of settled in and we had some good communication with each other. He starts zeroing in, man. He's a guy that studies the game and studies the game plans. He takes his leadership and veteran experience seriously. He conveys it to the younger guys. And he's locked in, man, especially late in the year and then when the playoffs start.
Thank you, Nick.
Yep, thank you.
Going to go next to Tomer with Clutch Points.
Hey, Coach. Tomer over in LA. Good to see you.
Hey, Tomer.
Along the same lines about Serge, at the beginning of the year, I know it's a long time ago, but it seems like a long time ago, but Serge said that he was very vocal about his disappointment about not returning to Toronto. He said it was a place he saw as home, and I don't think he was disappointed to join the Clippers, but more disappointed that he couldn't work things out with you guys. How did you see like that? I don't know if you talked about it before, but were you guys disappointed you couldn't bring him back?
I certainly was, for sure. I mean, I think our team was. I think our organization was. But yeah, I mean, I was like you heard everything I just said, right? So I was planning on him being back and keeping that kind of core together as much as possible. Doesn't work out. It doesn't always work out. It's tricky, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
What was Serge able to bring? I guess you talked about on the court stuff, but in terms of the locker room, in terms of a leadership, accountability standpoint, what was Serge able to bring to you guys?
Well, you know something like Serge. just, again, all the stuff I said, he was a veteran presence, voice. He wasn't like one of those guys every game, getting up in front of the team and saying, but there was some critical times where he got up, saying, Coach, I need to speak to the team in that playoff run when we won the title, and you guys I'm sure you've heard we were down 2-0 to Milwaukee, and he got up there and said we were down 2-0 to the Spurs and we won 4 straight, and that's what we're going to do too. And it was funny because he was like, they had Duncan and they had Ginobili, they had Kawhi and Danny, and he's pointing, and it was big time inspirational, right, and big time leadership by him. And again, for me, he was a huge component of that title run, and that puts you in a special class in my book.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Final question is going to go to William Liu from Yahoo Sports Canada.
Hi, William.
Hello, Coach. How you doing?
I'm good.
I was originally going to ask you about Chem, but I think you've answered plenty of questions about Chem of late. So
okay.
I want to ask you, so Fred has given, one strange thing he misses about Toronto is the grocery stores, which I think is a little strange. Kyle has said he's missing the DVP or the Gardner, which is also a little bit odd considering there's a lot of congestion usually on those 2 expressways. Is there one odd Toronto thing that you didn't expect to miss coming to Tampa?
I missed the snow and the wind and the cold. William.
Actually?
Hey, I grew up in Iowa, man. I dig the change of seasons. Yeah. No, I always say my thing was I miss the electricity of the games coming. When we were playing at home, there was a 24 hours or 6 hours or whatever leading into a game. You could just feel the vibe downtown in the city and the electricity in the air. I certainly miss that, and I do miss the change of seasons as well.
Matt, can you tell William that
I think it was OG that missed the traffic.
I don't know why anyone would miss the traffic, but I guess that makes sense. Like, were you tobogganing and stuff? Like, what about the snow specific?
Of course, yeah. Around the corner, right down the park with the boys for sure.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, we hope to get you back soon, safely, and hope you enjoy the game.
Thanks, William. Enjoy the game, everybody.